Greetings, Mavericks and new viewers. Tonight, direct and live from the Maverick News Network World Studios. This is Maverick News with Rick Walker.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rick Walker. Welcome back to the Maverick News channel. Tonight, Al Jazeera banned in Israel. A series of fires in Stettler, Alberta. I'll tell you what we can about that story. What else do we have? Foreign governments, according to a new report, are enlisting the help of gangs and organized crime in Canada to carry out killings and assassinations, or so it appears. We'll bring you up to date. All that happening against the background or backdrop of foreign interference into our elections and political process, political affairs, and the federal government says that action on that front will be coming. We'll see. So we have those stories and more lined up for you tonight, right here on the Maverick News channel. Don't go away, Maverick family. I will be right back. Okay. Rumble 1 is not working? Yeah. It says it's working. I'll check it. Okay, thank you.
Maverick News. The world is watching. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Okay, I don't know why, but it says that our main channel is connected, but it's not broadcasting on there. I'm sorry about all the technical problems tonight. It doesn't seem to make sense. Here, hang on a second. I'm just working out the technical glitches here while I try to make this whole thing work. And we are not broadcasting, even though it says we are connected. So let me do this on the fly while I talk to you. I'm going to remove that, and then we'll reconnect. Hopefully that will make it work. We'll see if that helps. So yeah, a lot of stories to share with you tonight. We're going to get into this fire at Stettler. It's Easter weekend for Orthodox Christians. So we'll share that with you tonight as well. And let me just see if this is working yet on Rumble. Why is Rumble not catching? Why are we not seeing this on Rumble? Let me run another promo, folks, while I try to get this thing running. We have so many people over on that platform that I don't want to just leave them behind tonight, so stay with me.
Maverick News. The world is watching.
Feel the vibrations. Our quest continues. The truth is out there. We are Mavericks.
I don't think it's working. Makes no sense. It makes no sense. I can see people in the chat, but the broadcast is not running on the channel. I don't understand why. All right, we're going to take a 15-minute break. I'm going to reconfigure everything. We're going to shut everything down. I'm going to reset the whole broadcast up, which normally takes about 45 minutes, and I'm going to do it within the next 15 minutes. I'll be back in 15 on all of the channels. Please look for the feed. It'll be coming back in on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, all the YouTube channels, X or Twitter, and also over on Wimkin. So bear with me, folks. Well, what I'll do is I'll keep this running on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Wimkin. I'm going to disconnect from Rumble, and I'll just run these promos until I get this thing working. I do apologize for the inconvenience. Bear with me. I'll get this done as quickly as I can. In fact, you know what I think I can do? Yeah. While I'm doing this, I'm just going to put the slide up until I get the broadcast working. Hang in there, folks. I appreciate you being so patient with us.
Greetings Mavericks and new viewers. Tonight, direct and live. From the Maverick News Network. World Studios. This is Maverick News with Rick Walker.
Okay, I think we are finally in business. It looks like we finally have the program up on all the channels. That was a very strange technical glitch, but we were not broadcasting over on the main Rumble channel. We have it up now, though, and we are in good shape. So thank you, everybody, for hanging in there. I think that we've lost a lot of people over on Rumble, but they're slowly coming over to the new feed. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're here, and people are coming back into the chat. I see that, so that's great. We have like 5 people. We had a lot in there, and we'll hopefully get everybody back in as the broadcast continues. So thank you for your patience. Just to restart, Orthodox Christians celebrating Easter. We have trailer fires out in Stettler, Alberta. We'll tell you a little bit about that. We have Al Jazeera being banned in Israel, the news organization. We have... what else? What other stories do we have? We have this new report talking about foreign interference in our political system, in our elections, and even as an extension of that, a report saying that for a foreign government, or maybe more than one foreign government, has been enlisting the help of organized crime, gangs even, to do their dirty work, and in some cases even kill people here on Canadian soil. That's all related to that assassination out in British Columbia involving a Khalistani from India. That's a story we'll touch on tonight as well. And I'm just going to mention, just briefly tonight, an unfolding, ongoing story about the return of land to the Haida out in British Columbia, and a sidebar story related to that involving Métis status and Bill C-53. It'll be a prelude to further coverage on that story coming up later this week. So it might not sound like much, but it's actually integral to the story about the future of Canada and Canadian sovereignty. So stay with me. I'll be right back, and we'll dig into these top news stories of the day.
Maverick News. The world is watching.
So I'd say, we should probably start tonight talking about this foreign interference in Canadian politics, and if you are watching in the United States, you should take note, because if you think this kind of thing isn't going on in your country, think again. We just went through an inquiry into foreign interference here in Canada, and it was an eye-opener. The inquiry revealed that indeed we do have meddling in Canadian politics from foreign governments, Russia, China, other countries too. China seems to be the country that is perhaps most active in Canada. It's difficult to quantify it. It's a problem, though, and it did affect some ridings without question. In the last federal election, it appears that the efforts to meddle in our political process in our last two elections, that the meddling was aimed at helping Liberal candidates. Conservatives were the ones most often targeted. And tonight, we're seeing Public Safety Minister Dominic LeBlanc saying that action will be coming in the form of legislation, new legislation, very soon to strengthen measures to combat foreign interference. We did have an interim report released just within the last week from the commissioner overseeing that public inquiry. Commissioner Marie-Josée Hogue has stressed that Ottawa needs to work hard to restore trust in our institutions, in our political process, by informing Canadians about this threat of foreign interference, and also by taking, in her words, real and concrete steps to detect and deter it. Now, just hours after that report was released, the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, announced that it had arrested 3 Indian nationals charged with murder and conspiracy in the 2023 killing of BC Sikh leader Hardeep Singh Nijjar. India has declared that person, or did declare Nijjar to be a terrorist. This is related to the Khalistani separatist movement in India, and we do have quite a number of Khalistani separatists living in Canada under Canadian law and with Canadian protection. Killed he was out in British Columbia, assassinated, if you will, if the evidence is credible, and there is a political link to this. And we did see statements from the federal government, directly from the Prime Minister's office and the Prime Minister himself, declaring that there were many indications and direct evidence to suggest that the government of India was potentially involved in the killing of Nijjar. That really soured relations between Canada and India. These are allegations. The Indian government has denied them. There's also evidence to suggest that the Indian government at one point tried to get the RCMP to arrest Nijjar, but the RCMP here said that those allegations coming from the Indian government at the time were not credible and nothing was done. Now, he is dead. And we are also seeing now tonight additional reports to indicate that foreign governments, possibly the Indian government, again, allegations not yet proven, but allegations coming from intelligence services, sources within the intelligence service here in Canada, suggesting that gangs maybe have been enlisted in the killing of Nijjar. Getting gangs, organized crime here in Canada to do the dirty work for foreign governments here on Canadian soil. which is not just a crime because it's a murder, it's also an affront to Canadian sovereignty. With intelligence officials saying that some states actually leverage criminal organizations to, as I say, do their dirty work or achieve whatever objective it is that they have established, political or otherwise. And the advantage, according to intelligence sources here in Canada, is that those countries that engage in that kind of activity by using organized crime or gangs to do or carry out these kinds of attacks or killings, assassinations, it gives those governments plausible deniability. I would say the reports coming out of Global News are perhaps the most extensive on this front. We've been following this story for quite some time as well, but they've been doing an excellent job, and I have to give them absolute credit for this. They're publishing again tonight information about all of this as well. So Global News is reporting that the RCMP and Canadian intelligence services are aware of this, and the Indian community here, as well as the Khalistani part of the Indian community, they're concerned about this. And in fact, here, let me just run a brief clip from this Global News report. I won't run all of it. I recommend that you go and check out their work. This is work that's been done by three different Global News journalists: Stuart Bell, Jeff Semple, and Andrew Russell. Extensive work on this. Give them credit for the work they've done, and I recommend you go and sample their work from today.
Outside his Sikh temple, and police say these were the hitmen arrested in Edmonton. Hardeep Nijjar was gunned down in the parking lot outside his Sikh temple, and police say these were the hitmen arrested in Edmonton yesterday. Indian nationals in their 20s, at least two of whom came to Canada on student visas. But sources say they weren't going to school.
The Rajasthan police arrested 3 members of the Lawrence Bishnoi gang.
Sources say the suspects are linked to India's notorious Bishnoi gang, accused in a litany of murders, drugs, and extortion cases. Its leader, Lawrence Bishnoi, has been locked in an Indian prison since 2014, but the 31-year-old still manages to give TV interviews and allegedly order assassinations.
According to the police sources, he has some 700 shooters, sharpshooters, under his command, and the man is sitting in jail. He can order killing of anybody.
How active is the Bishnoi group here in Canada?
Very active. There seems to be more gangsters now in Canada than in Punjab.
Lawrence Bishnoi had recently appeared in the Indian press declaring himself an Indian nationalist and condemning the Khalistan separatists, a reference to the campaign for an independent Sikh state in India's Punjab region, of which Nijjar was a prominent member.
This raises the question that there's a connection between the Indian government and these organized gangs in India.
Elsewhere, like the...
Yeah, and then that story moves into an international context and what's going on down in the U.S. And again, I recommend you go to Global News because they deserve the credit for the work they've done on this. It's exceptional journalism in this case, and I have to give them a lot of credit. So go check it out, guys, and there will be more on that story in the days and weeks ahead. We'll have more on it here as well. I'm sure they will too. Donald Trump. He does have a knack for winning, doesn't he? Today he was down at the F1 race in Miami, Florida. Here, let's take a look at what the Don was doing down there at the racetrack. He went to visit the McLaren team before the race and was given this warm welcome from the crowd down there in pit lane. Big contrast between the public reaction to Donald Trump and Joe Biden, I would say. Huge difference. And I'll come over here and show you this. So here's some photos as well from the F1 race and Trump visiting the McLaren team. I'll read you the caption. It was a great honor to see my friends at McLaren win the big Miami Formula One race. It was the car I visited before the race and endorsed. That's what we need for our country. Winning, he says. Does the guy just have luck? Or, you know, did he know that they were likely to win? Is that why he went there? In any event, he seems to have the golden touch, doesn't he? And there he is again. The Trumpster. And just a little bit more video before we move on from Donald Trump. Here he is, fist in the air, sign of victory. That's his post on Truth Social. Oh, the dramatic music. Do you remember this? I don't remember how many years ago this was, but this was when Trump went for a ride with Mario Andretti. This was hilarious. What a ride. Here, I'm going to run a little bit of it. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. Hopefully not. This was on NBC. I believe it was a morning show. I don't remember which show it was.
Andretti, I'm really glad it's you. Let's go.
I'll be Mr. Trump. Don't worry. I won't mess up your hair.
Step on it. We're late.
How loud those cars are, man. I used to work at a speedway.
Thanks, Mario. Wow. Holy.
Anytime, boss. Good luck with the show.
What was that? Was that... I don't know. I don't remember what that show was that he was on that time, but that's hilarious. Just remember that. So, okay. Al Jazeera news agency has been banned in Israel. Let me see, I've got the information here. We're off to a rocky start tonight, folks, and I'm sorry, the program's a little clunky tonight. This technical glitch at the front of the program really kind of threw me for a loop, so everything I had sort of lined up has been sort of messed up. Here, hang on. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Don't go away.
We are Mavericks. We say no to the Trudeau and Biden New World Order. And to bugs. Because bugs are creepy and gross. And people should not eat bugs. Maverick News. The world is watching.
Hey, no! To bugs!
The New World Order. Government overreach. The Great Reset. Mainstream media lies. Now more than ever, independent voices are needed. Donate now at freedomreporters.com. That's freedomreporters.com. Maverick News. The antivirus program for your mind.
All right, I am back. And yes, Israel's government has taken decisive action against Al Jazeera, branding it a mouthpiece for Hamas and moving to shut down its operations within the country. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the cabinet's decision amid the ongoing conflict in Gaza. So this is a dramatic turn of events. Al Jazeera swiftly denounced the move today, dismissing claims of being a threat to Israeli security as dangerous and ridiculous. We have this video of the Al Jazeera offices in one part of Israel being raided today.